Alright, so welcome back everybody. Today we're actually going to be working on the car. So as I was driving yesterday, there's quite a bit of road construction around where I live. So I was driving, doing about 30 miles an hour. Heard a clunk. Looked behind me, didn't see anything. Thought maybe I'd hit a pothole or something. And a couple minutes later, all of a sudden my radiator temp starts shooting through the roof. I pull over and I'm spewing radiator fluid everywhere. And from what I can see, one of my fans stopped working, detonated or something, and put a finger-sized hole through my radiator. So today we're going to be working on replacing the radiator. I do have some new electric fans coming in, so when those come in, be installing those. But for now, we're just going to be doing the radiator. So to start off with, you just take off these two covers. We've already taken off one. Just take off the other. They're just held on by the clips. No special tools or anything. You just pull up on them and they come right out. Next, I'm going to be removing my cold air intake. Just a couple of screws right there and right there, and getting that whole thing out of the way. Alright, so got my intake out of the way. Next I'm going to be removing the upper radiator hose. Just need vice grips or something. Take those clamps off. Alright, so now our upper radiator hose is off. I did also take my thermostat off, just because I plan on cleaning that up. Possibly might paint it to match the car, just dress things up a little bit. So now we can go ahead and start removing the fan. Okay, to get the fan out, there are two 8mm bolts. One here in this corner. I don't know if you can see it, but one in the same corner right here. And that's pretty much all that's holding this thing in. As you can see, it's already loose, and it just slides into tabs all the way at the bottom. So go ahead and make sure that you disconnect all wiring connections, so you don't put any stress on the wiring when you're pulling it out. Okay, so here's my fan shroud. My fan's out. As you can see, this one is kaput. Not sure what happened. Maybe something from the road construction got lodged in the fan, caused it to get stuck, seize up, but yep, there you go. The other one looks like it's still in good shape. So there you go. Now we're going to start removing the radiator. Alright, so first I took off these little retainers with a 10mm bolt. There's one on each side, one there and one there. These come off. Okay, now I'm up underneath the car, and I'm going to remove these two bolts right here, and that holds the radiator up. As you can see, you can kind of see, there's the hole. So, alright, so one little admin note. Once you get those bolts loose, it's a good idea to go ahead and support the radiator with a couple of jack stands. Just because as those bolts come loose, it's going to start dropping down. You don't want to drop the radiator on your face. So, alright, so now I have the radiator dropped. Still supporting it with the jack stand, so it doesn't drop all the way down. Gives me a little bit better access to the lower radiator hose. So that's got to be loosened up, taken off, so you can pop this hose off. And then there was a small cover that just pulls off. It was on the bottom of this. It's right here. It's got some radiator fluid. It does have a little bit of damage to it. So I think I might replace that in the future. Look online, see if I can find a replacement part for that. But that's pretty easy. That just snaps on and off. So that'd be a quick 30-second fix. So, alright, so I'm going to get that little radiator hose, and then there are a couple of bolts on the back side of this. I believe probably that same like 8mm or so is on the top. So get those off, and then be able to separate the radiator from the condensers and everything. So. Alright, so we got those retaining bolts off down there in the bottom, those 8mm ones. I'm going to go ahead and remove the little radiator hose. Alright, let's see if we can pull this thing out from the top. Alright, I did miss one little bolt in here. I did miss one little retaining bolt. If you can see it. Alright, so I got the radiator out. I was able to pull it out through the top. So there's the hole. Pretty gnarly. So the only thing you're going to have to switch over from the old one to the new one is this top shroud. It just pulls off, and then on this side there is a vent tube, so when you drain the radiator, it doesn't go everywhere. But other than that, that's it for switching things over. I did go with an OEM style radiator. I had considered trying to do an upgrade, but the upgrades, this cost me about $200, and an upgrade was, 600 or more. So, being I do have more than one vehicle build going on right now, I just went with the OEM. So, haven't had any issues with it so far. So, I'm gonna start putting it back in.